did this to us, man? I mean, we know the answer now. We done read so many things. We know who did this. Who did this? And the white man did this, right? Now, you good, so you good, so yeah, you good. Appreciate you. The white man did this, right? So the white man literally put a yoke of iron on our neck. Who else fit that? So who Moses talking to? He talking to us, but what did he call us in chapter 1? He called us the Israelites. That's who we are. That's exactly who we are. The Israelites according to the Bible. Because these curses didn't happen to these didn't happen to African Americans. I ain't read African American not once in this Bible. I ain't read black not once in this Bible. So this ain't happened to black people. This happened to Israelites. That's who you are. That's who you are. Now I know it's a term, what is that? It's a fable out here that people say, we sold ourselves into slavery. Black people sold black people into slavery. Give me that in Joel chapter 3. It's history on that. It's history on that because we think just because I'm black and the real African black, we the same people. Nah, we not. Because you got Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. They look alike. 3 different people though.
Right.
Keep reading. Read Joel chapter 3 start at verse 3.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3.
Yeah, Hispanics, that's our brothers and sisters too. You ever, the Willie Lynch theory, the Willie Lynch letter, right? The biggest thing that they did to us as a nation was divide and conquer. You took one group of people and gave them 3 different nations out of it. And out of those 3 nations, you give them sub-nations, like you got Indians, you got all these different tribes from the Native American Indians. Then you got Hispanics, you got all these different places they could be from, Colombia, Mexico, Guatemala, and they all hate each other. They think they different. And then you got us, you got African Americans, Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Trinidadians. We all feel like we different, but we all the same people. That's the Jedi trick of the century. That's the Jedi trick of the millennium. They really confused us by taking one nation and making 3 different totally different nations out of them, right? But read that again. Read verse 3.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot.
So he said they cast lots for my people. They selling my people around, right? He said they sold a boy for a harlot. We were just talking about 12 years a slave. They sold a little boy to be a breeder, right? So he can breed with other slaves, right? Keep reading.
And sold a girl for wine.
That's what
that they might drink.
That's what they was doing to us back then. They was just giving us away for strong drink. They were just selling our girls for bed wenches. They were selling our boys so they could breed with other slaves, right? Kind of like they did today. I know it was an article floating around. This rich white man said he will pay LeBron James and Serena Williams to breed so they can have a super baby. That's some crazy slavery stuff, bro. And that's the type of mentality they got, right? What? Keep reading.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Tyre and Zidon are ancient African cities. They ancient African people, the true Hamites, right? He said, God said, what have you to do with me? Remember, he was just talking about a certain groups of people selling his people, right? He said, what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? You black Hamites, you dirty Africans, what y'all got to do with me? Hey, boss man, what's your name, bro?
Oh, no, I stand here.
I know you, I used to work with you, bro. Yeah, I used to work with you. All right, keep reading.
And all the coast of Palestine.
And all the coast of Palestine. That's the Arabians. That's the Arabs today, right? The same one in that store. That's the Arabs today, right? So you got dirty black Hamites, Africans, right? Sure. Now you got these dirty Arabs, right? Keep reading.
Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me.
So he said, are you going to render me a recompense because I ain't choose you to be my special people? To be my chosen people? You jealous now? Keep reading.
And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
So he said, if you try to get me through my kids, bro, I'm coming for you. You ever seen that movie Taken? He was like, I will find you and I will kill you. That's how God coming about us, right? Keep reading.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah, and the children of Jerusalem.
He said, my children, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, right? The Israelites. Keep reading.
Have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
So he said, you dirty black Africans and you dirty Arabs sold my people to the white man. And that's where you get the sub-Saharan slave trade. That's where you get the transatlantic slave trade. The Bible clearly shows us who sold who into slavery. Our own people wasn't selling each other into slavery. You just got people that got the same shade of skin as us. That's it. And it's easy to confuse us. That's why they call us African American. So we can automatically what is that? Gravitate to the African culture. Oh, we African, bro. Africa is a continent. Assimilation, yeah. Africa is a continent with over 50 countries, right? Which one we come from? Which tribe in those 53 countries we come from? Because there's millions of tribes.
Teach.
That's who we are. According to the Bible, that's who we are. That's the only people. According to the Bible, that's all you want to be. Because read Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. That's the only people you want to be according to the Bible. Let me show you how important that is.
Book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
You see that? Jesus himself said, I'm only sent unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The people that don't know they're the Israelites, these people on this list, that's who I'm sent to. That's the only people I'm sent to, right? He said it out his own mouth. Can Christ lie to us? Is Christ a liar?
Okay, so it's on you.
But then we read John 3:16. He said the world, and we think, okay, Christ crazy. So right back then, he was only talking about one group of people. But yeah, in the same year, while he's still alive, he just switched everything up, right? All right, give me that in Revelation chapter 21. Let me further prove to you or show you how important it is to be an Israelite. But before that though, do you agree that you're an Israelite? Based off those curses. It's like proof in the pudding, ain't it? Right. Matter of fact, let me get you one more curse. Bro. Give me verse 68. Let me verse 68. I almost forgot about this. This is probably one of the most important ones. All the other ones, like, yeah, you know, they did take our wives. They do take our children. Yeah, we do got to go to them, but a lot of people got to go to them too. But this one right here is just hard for somebody else to fit it. Read verse 60. Read that. Read this. I'm going to show you something.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So he said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again. Remember, we was in slavery in Egypt, right? He said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again. Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What did he call Egypt? The house of bondage, the house of slavery, right? So now in verse 68, when we go back to verse 68, he said, I will bring you back into Egypt again, right? Read that.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Who went into slavery on ships? Now, okay, we got that, us. We went into slavery on ships. Give me another person. Give me another group of people. You see that? You see what you said, what you mean? It's foreign to even think that another group of people went into slavery on slave ships.
Bring it out.
You see that? We register with that the most. We know, everybody know. It's documented, it's in movies, it's in books, it's in our history. We went into slavery on slave ships. God said that this is going to happen to the Israelites.
That's right.
So unless the Israelites somewhere else and it happened to them too, they just don't got no history, nothing written down on it. I would say that these people on the side that went in these slaveries on slave ships, because you got this, man, remember, Christopher Columbus them said that they came to America, right? Christopher Columbus never came to America, but they did send ships over here. And what did they do? They gathered up the Native American tribes and they sent them over to Spain. They gathered up the so-called Hispanics and they sent them over to Spain.
Teach.
That's why they speak Spanish now.
Right.
That's why they Hispanics now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So they did go into slavery on slave ships too. That was that sub-Saharan slave trade we were just talking about. And then we had this transatlantic slave trade where you took us from the west coast of Africa, because we fled into Africa trying to flee Roman persecution. We fled into Africa and they gathered us up on the west coast and sent us to America. No, you good. But we keep reading that, verse 68 again.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold.
There, when you get off these slave ships, just in case the slave ship thing, okay, we came on ships, but that don't mean we were slaves, right? There you shall be what?
Sold unto your enemy.
The same people that you got to go work for, You got to send your kids to work for. You got to send your kids to their educational institutions. You got to go and shop in their stores. The same people, right? You're going to be sold to them. Keep reading.
For bond men and bond women.
Nah. You're going to be sold to them so you can just go live a good life. Because now they telling the kids that the slaves chose to come over here in search of a better life. But right here, God said you're going to be bondmen and bond women, right? Keep reading.
And no man shall buy you.
Buy is an old Quaker word to me that means redeem. Now think about it. They just celebrated Martin Luther King Day, right? He tried. Obama tried. Marcus Garvey tried. Malcolm X tried. The Black Panthers tried. AIM tried. There's a lot of groups we can say back that go back that's trying to liberate us, right? That tried to liberate us, and look at us still today. It seems like it came to no avail, right?
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is